Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers, Minnesota, northern suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're going to give you the details of our newest acquisition, a 1957 Ford Thunderbird E-Code. Now you're going to want to watch this entire video from start to finish because we're going to do a cold start, a walk around, give you all the details of this really what was Ford's most luxurious and top of the line models in 1957, the Thunderbird being their flagship, if you will. And 57, of course, is the last year for the quote-unquote mini birds. That's what they are. But yes, you're going to want to click on the link in the description, and that will take you right to our website, give you the pricing and more information on this car, plus have access to over 100 additional vehicles we currently have on the sales floor. Chances are your dream car, if it isn't this one, could be sitting on our sales floor right now. And all you got to do is give us a call, 763-428-7337, and we can give you any answer to any questions you have on our website. And remember what our website is, www.ellingsonmotorcars.com. So we give you lots of ways that you can get information from us, and we can give it to you as well. Well, let's get back to this one because this is really one of those specialty cars. As I said, it's the flagship for Ford in 1957. Of course, the last of the mini birds. And of course, now we got the little fins that are starting to show up in this case. It's also the second year that they've gone to 12-volt systems. 12-volt electrical systems are really a nice improvement over the original 1955 models. 1957 kind of was a year that all the performance-orientated stuff was starting to happen in the old car world with the Chevrolets and the Mopars, and of course the Thunderbird E-Code, which is, a 270 horsepower, 2 4-barrels on this thing. I'll talk about a little performance car and a car that doesn't weigh a lot. It really is a specialty car. And of course, the Thunderbird was out there to compete against the Corvette, the 2-seater models. That's what everyone was looking for, that sports car-y type car. And Ford hit a grand slam, I think, with the 57s. Really is a very beautiful, good-looking car. Lots of new stuff. Again, it's a little bit longer quarter panels on the back with that little fin. Gives them a little more room in the trunk, as a matter of fact. Now, there's one really interesting thing about this particular E-Code car. It also has a 3-speed with overdrive. Now, whoever ordered this car originally, they were thinking they were kind of going to be a little bit of a hot rodder, would be my guess, because that's really a neat combination. Just makes this car so much fun to drive. I mean, a 3-speed going down the road with the performance. This thing is really, really neat. Don't you love the scoop on there? I mean, that hood scoop really gives it looks like the car is going fast when it's sitting still. Of course, in 1957, you have the wide whitewall tires with the full hubcaps. What always says Ford on it. They want to make sure you remember that it is a Ford, no matter what. But let's take a look at some of the inside details of this car because, with the 312, 270 horse, well, they made a grand total of 1,499 E-Code cars, which is not a really lot of them made. So if you want something a little more on the unusual or rare side, an E-Code is always there. One thing you want to probably know is just one of those little extra tidbits. How did they get this E-Code stuff? Well, in the VIN code, actually, the first letter is an E. You've got an E in there, so you know that this originally started as a 2-4 car. Kind of an interesting little note. But let's take a look at the inside on this car. I mean, you got the padded dash, the engine turn, instrument panel, 140-mile-an-hour speedometer. They were thinking we were going to go pretty fast in this particular car. Like I said, 3-speed on the floor. This car comes with a town and country radio. Beautiful outside mirror here. I love the little vent windows, these little wing windows right here. Just kind of a neat deal. And then you're going to say, well, what does it have for a top? Well, that's going to be another one of those things. It does have the porthole top in 57. They all would have the portholes, which is really, really neat. I'm looking at the instruments. I mean, you have, it even has a tachometer. I mean, like I said, this car was kind of set up to be kind of give you the impression that it is really meant to go fast and go down the road. Love the black and white seat in this car. Beautiful interior all the way around. Door panels, everything is just really, really nice. Look at the visors are in excellent condition as well. Well, if you're looking to, find more information on this stuff, you can always do the TikTok, the Facebook, the YouTube, and now even Instagram as well. All those are sources that you can go and find our information on these particular cars and our current inventory. Give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate that very, very much. 1950, oh, there, by the way, there's one of your extra vents. That's how you get air into these cars. There's a little vent that you can get some air. Most of these, of course, did not have air conditioning. But yeah, the air cleaner on this thing with the 2 4-barrels is really cool. You'll have to look at, again, another reason to watch the entire video from start to finish, because you get to see all those great details. It looks like it means business under the hood, that's for sure, needless to say. Well, if you're someone like me and you say, Scott, I love the videos, gives me lots of information, shows me a lot of the great features of the car, but I got to come and look at it in person. Well, by all means, we're happy to have you come down to Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers. We are open to the public Monday through Friday from 10 to 5, Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So if you want to come in, one thing you want to make sure that we can fit in the car. That's always one of those things in these old cars. I mean, this is a little sporty car. I mean, I know my problem is I have a little bit more here in the middle than I did back when I was a youngster. But one of those things maybe you want to come and take a look at and try yourself. All the cars like these, they had great options. I mean, the whitewall tires, this particular one even has fender skirts, which is really another one of those things that come out in the 50s per se. They always had that kind of stuff. Love the padded dash, no more scars on my forehead from hitting it when I was a kid. But yeah, the other thing we always talk to people about when you buy a given car, say it's the mini bird, the 5, 6, 7 Thunderbirds, join the national club, join the local club. I mean, they're really nice to be a member of. You're going to meet people who have the same interests as you do. Lots of information, newsletters, people, if you need that, it's nice to have. Now you say, well, I live in California. How can I get this car to me out here? It's a long ways away from Rogers, Minnesota. Well, we have many sources to get cars shipped any place in the United States. Not a problem for us. We can certainly make arrangements to get that done and get it to you so it's sitting in your, absolutely in your driveway. And a Thunderbird like this is probably a very good first classic collectible car for a lot of people because they have a big club, parts availability is great, all that kind of stuff. You can actually work on it. It's probably a really good first car. If you want something kind of sporty, I mean, you have to remember, you only got room for 2, maybe 3 in the front seat, and you got a 3-speed, so with overdrive, might be a little hard to squeeze that third person in the middle necessarily. Now, you say I'd love to have this car, but how do I finance one of these cars? My bank doesn't have any idea what to do with a collector car. You know what? There's a couple sources we can also help you with, that people who are familiar with the collector car market and they understand what these cars are, so you can reach out for us for that information as well. Remember our phone number, 763-428-7337, and we'd be more than happy to answer any and all questions you may have. Well, if you're looking for your first mini bird, you're looking for that first sporty car, you're looking for something that's really special, you like a little performance, you like the fact that it's got a stick, the 1957 Thunderbird sitting on the sales floor here at Ellingson's might be just the perfect ticket for you. Give us a call, and remember, you can always find our stuff on our website at ellingsonmotorcars.com.